For some reason, we don't all know this, but we all have an electromagnetic field around our bodies. And every time something, or more specifically, a thought, elicits an emotional reaction from us, we draw from that electromagnetic field and we share with that thing or with that thought, more specifically, as a form of attracting it, as a form of magnetizing it to our reality. And that's because a thought that happens in the brain is an electrical signal that travels through your neurons. And if it elicits an emotional reaction, that comes from the heart, and that is magnetic energy. You combine that electrical signal with your magnetic energy, and as such, you draw from your electromagnetic field and you share with that thought as a form of attracting it to your reality. In a recent study, it was found that for some people, that electromagnetic field ranges to about 9 meters in diameter. For some others, it was just a thin layer. So there are ways to enhance that electromagnetic field around your body. And if you do so, you'll be able to more intentionally and consciously attract the things you want. In another study that was carried on in the early 2000s in Japan, it was found that a group of people who were, it was an experiment, so there were a group of people who were visualizing, thinking about exercising their fingers, just moving their fingers around, and they gave it an emotional reaction. They felt good about it. They connected to it emotionally, and by the end of that study, they were able to increase their finger strength by 35% without doing any physical exercise. In a more recent study by Joe Dispenza, people were able to increase their biceps muscle strength by 14% compared to a 20% increase in strength for the ones who are actually doing the physical exercise. That's a very good percentage, if you ask me. Without doing any physical exercise, they increase their biceps muscle strength by 14%, just by imagining it, living it, and visualizing it through a relaxed mind state and connecting emotionally to it. And I believe there's a lot for us to learn from such experiments, from such studies. There's a lot that you can do once you understand what's really happening here. Because all that you really need to attract whatever reality to you, to magnetize, to materialize your dream reality, is just a mind and a heart. Yes, your physical efforts will be appreciated. Once you exert yourself, you're gonna be appreciated. It's gonna be appreciated. You're gonna be contributing to the outcome. But ultimately, you just need a mind and a heart. You just need a brain and a heart. You just need an electrical signal maintained over a period of time, attributed to an emotion that comes from the heart, to attribute it to a true emotion. And you magnetize that reality. You magnetize that thought. So imagine if you are living in your past, if you're worried about your future, what kind of reality are you expecting to materialize? If you're living in your past and you're regretting, you're still living in your traumas, you had your reaction period, but you maintained it and you maintained it and you maintained it until it became you, until it has become an integral part of your essence, and then you are always recreating that reality, and as such you're thinning that electromagnetic field around your body, and when it comes time for you to manifest your dream reality, you have no electromagnetic field to draw from to actually materialize that reality. So you'll only be recreating your past. If you're living in your past, you are recreating your past. You're imagining it, you're thinking about it, you're feeling the badness of that trauma or of that experience. You're feeling broken, you're feeling sad for whatever failure you've encountered on your journey. and you're living through it, and it feels bad, and it still feels bad, and it continues feeling bad, and it elicits that emotional reaction from you, and every time you think about it, every day you think about it, and it elicits an emotional reaction, and as such you keep recreating your past, and you keep going through that, you keep living through that negative cycle, unable to break free from it, unable to release your blockages, and you remain stuck. And if you're worried about the future, if you're constantly thinking about the future and you're thinking that it might go bad, you're imagining the worst case scenario because that's how you feel safe. Once you've imagined and established that the worst case scenario might happen, nothing else could hurt you. But what you don't know is that you're actually attracting it. You are actually manifesting it on your path, and then it becomes your reality. So by worrying about the future, you're actually creating a future that deserves your worry, that deserves your anxiety, that deserves you feel bad about it. And that's how we remain stuck, because we don't see what's happening, because it's beyond what our eyes can see. But if you be selective with your energy, if you stop drawing from that electromagnetic field and giving to random events that you don't want even attracted to you, that you don't want to manifest in your reality, if you stop doing that, you're going to be building that electromagnetic field. You build your electromagnetic field by being selective with your energy, with what you share your energy with what elicits an emotional response from you. A reaction sometimes is out of your hands. Something happens and you're going to react. But how long you react for is what really matters, because if you're continuously in that reactive state and you are reacting emotionally over and over to something that has happened a few days ago or a few years ago, then you are only setting your path in stone to recreate your past and to recreate the emotions of the past. But once you become selective, once you understand and you maintain that higher awareness, you access the higher brain and you think outside of yourself as if you are witnessing yourself from above. That is a higher awareness. And then you choose what to identify with. You choose if something happens that hurts, if something happens that you don't like. You understand, you acknowledge it, that you acknowledge that it was necessary, a necessary part of your journey, and it's okay. Or even if it's unnecessary, it was just something that had to happen, and it happened, and it's alright, and you are mature enough to accept it, you're mature enough to acknowledge it, but move on from it. Not linger on it for the rest of your life, or for the next couple of years. And if you're maintaining that higher awareness, always know that your ego is going to react. But if you, from your higher awareness, choose to stop that identification and acknowledge that the ego needed to react in such a way because it's survival mechanism, then you will stop seeping those energies from around your body, and you will build it, and you'll build it. And more so, nature, when you connect with yourself, when you go in nature, when you go deep within yourself, when you try to understand yourself, when you stop being more matter and more energy and start becoming more energy. Because if you're thinning that layer of electromagnetic field around your body, you're becoming just a piece of meat, so to speak. You're becoming just matter. And when you're just matter, everything in this reality is energy, and everything was created from energy. The whole existence started as energy, from energy, became energy. And if you're just matter with no energy, then you will not be able, then all of your creations will be a journey of struggle and suffering and failures, and it won't be to your liking. But if you focus on being energy, on understanding that you are an extension of the source, which is pure conscious energy, and that you are deserving of that energy, and that your body is sacred, and that your mind is sacred, and that you are sacred, and you connect with yourself deeply, and you love yourself, you're just building that energy. And you connect with earth, you connect with others, you connect with higher frequencies, with energetic things, not with material things, not with the ego's desires, not with more money and more fame and more power, those things are going to come as a result of you being an energetic being, which is your true nature. Those things are just the outcome. Those things are just an inevitable outcome, result to you being an energetic being. And so those things are going to happen. You don't have to worry about those things. You don't have to keep seeping from your energy and giving away to those things, because they will happen regardless once you tune into your true self. And as such, you're going to be building that electromagnetic field around your body, and then you become an intentional manifester of your reality, an intentional creator of your reality, which is your true nature. This delay that happens, we are by nature, before we were as pure conscious energy, we manifest as we exist. We manifest whatever we imagine. The delay that happens here on earth, this time delay, this concept of time, is because we are more matter. We've become more matter than energy. But once you tune back into your true self and you become selective with your energy, and you understand and you access your higher awareness, your God awareness, your God consciousness, you understand that you are an extension of that source. You're building that energy, you're building that field. And like I said, it spans to 9 meters, probably even more, way more. But it's just that we might have not been able to see that just yet, or maybe it was not with the right people. I don't know the specifics of that study that was carried on, but it was a study of quantum physics or quantum mechanics in collaboration with neuroscience for the finger strength and the muscle bicep strength. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say here is that keep your energy for yourself, be selective, and use that energy to focus. Direct your focus, direct your attention, because where your attention goes, your energy follows. So direct that attention. Think thoughts that you actually want. Yes, when there is a down period that you're required to purge, that you're required to feel bad, that you're required to think bad, that's okay. Do that when your body needs it, when you need it. That's healing, that's releasing, because you have to feel to release. You have to think. You can't just avoid a fearful thought forever. You can just avoid a fearful emotion forever. So feel free, but give it a time period. Don't make it your reality. Don't make it permanent for you. And then once you heal from that, it comes time for you to manifest your dream reality, the things you actually want. And when it comes time for that, be selective and be conscious, be intentional. Think about what you actually want and focus on that. Give it your attention and elicit that emotional reaction. Feel good about your reality. Feel good about your dream reality. Feel good about your future. Feel good about your vision. Connect to it. Love it. Feel grateful for it. Feel joyful and blissful for it. And that's how you attract it. That's just science. That's just quantum mechanics now. Thanks to quantum mechanics, we're able to see that through the eyes of science. But that doesn't necessarily give it any more validation. If it does for you, then that's great. But I don't think that science is able yet to explain everything that we are, to really get to the depth of our spiritual aspect, our energetic aspect, simply because it's a thing of our making, and we don't yet know our absolute truth. Maybe we'll never do in this reality. Some people do, maybe some do, maybe some don't, but it's just what it is. And since it's science now, you can have that extra confirmation if that's your thing. So use it and be selective and focus on building that energetic field. Know that it's as true as anything could be true, and that you can use it to attract, to magnetize. It's an electromagnetic field, an electrical signal. Combine that with a magnetic reaction, magnetic energy, and you attract that to your reality, regardless of anything else. It's inevitable, and that's your truth. So make it your truth. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. This is AF's Conscious Frequency. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me so much, and it helps this video find its way to many more others who might actually need it.